After you've cut the dashed lines to make the flaps, please glue it into your notebook. If you need to trim along these edges to make it fit, feel free to do so. We're going to start by opening up slope-intercept form. What is slope-intercept form? Remember, y equals mx plus b is slope-intercept form, where m is the slope, or rise over run, and b is the y-intercept. So let's identify the slope and the y-intercept of the equation right here. Y equals 1/4 x minus 3. What is your slope? What is your y-intercept? Your slope is 1/4, your y-intercept, or b, is -3. In order to graph this, we are first going to plot our y-intercept at y equals -3. We will then use our slope to find 2 more points. Our slope says that we need to go up 1/4. I can't go this way anymore or I'd be off the graph. So I can work backwards, and instead of doing rise over run to the right, I can go down 1 and 4 to the left. I then need to connect my dots using a straight edge, and this is my line for y equals 1/4 x minus 3. Now let's take a look at point slope form. You should write in your foldable that y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. x1 and y1 are just a point. They are a point that needs to be given to you or that you find from the graph. M is once again our slope. We find it by doing the difference of the y's over the difference of the x, or rise over run. In this equation, y minus 3 equals -2 times the quantity x plus 1. Please identify the point and the slope. The slope in this equation is -2. The point that we are given is -1, 3. Keep in mind that the form has a minus sign, so minus x. In order for this x minus to become an x plus, we had to have plugged in a -1. In order for y minus to stay y minus, we had to have inputted a +3. To graph this, we are going to first plot our point that we got from the equation at -1, +3, and then use our slope of -2 to find more points. -2 is the same as -2 over 1, meaning we go down 2 and to the right 1, down 2 and to the right 1. Then I'm going to use a straight edge to connect the dots. Your graph should look like mine. Let's take a look now at standard form. Standard form is ax plus by equals c. Unfortunately, these a, b's, and c's don't really relate very well to our graph. There are some rules for them though. A and b and c must be integers, or whole numbers, and a must be positive, okay? So now let's talk about how we're gonna graph this. As I said, they don't relate to our graph too much, so let's convert this into a form we know. The easiest way to do this is to solve for y and put the equation into slope-intercept form. Please attempt to solve for y, then check back with the video to see how you did. With -2y equals -3x plus 8. Now I need to divide both sides by -2, which means everything needs to be divided by -2, every term. After dividing by -2, I end up with the equation y equals +3/2 x minus 4. I now have a slope of 3/2 and a y-intercept of -4. I can go ahead and graph this. I plot my first point at -4 on the y-axis and use my slope of up 3 over 2 to plot additional points before using a straight edge to connect the dots. Once I've done that, I should have a line that looks like this.